Hey everyone, a very good morning to all of you. Let me know in the comment section whether I am clearly audible or visible or not. Yeah, once again we are meeting and we are going to talk about the graph section today. So, yeah, today we are going to deal with a lot of graphs. Yes, fine. Good morning everyone. So, in today's graph section, so till now what we have completed in our Journey of Star program, this is especially for all of the new live learners who have joined us just now for today's session. So, we have started our journey with the calculus part of basic mathematics that is used in physics. We have completed differentiation, we have talked about integration, then we have directly done some NEET previous year questions in the starting of our journey itself, which are based on differentiation and integration. I hope you all are good and comfortable with the calculus aspect. Now we are going to start with graphs today. Our concern for graphs is not only to understand the different shapes, but majorly to understand that what type of shape will be available in a graph governed by a particular equation. Means what sort of mathematical equations will result into straight line, what sort of mathematical equations will result into parabola, ellipse, hyperbola, this, that. Okay. So let us talk what we have to see in this session. First of all, if I talk about straight lines, then we all know that a linear equation in two variables will represent a straight line. That is, straight lines are represented by linear equations in two variables. Okay, that is, we can write it as ax Now that's okay. Okay, so basically, yeah, as I mentioned, that in the section of graphs, first of all, we will talk about the straight lines, but yes, that we will be having in a separate class. Today, what we have to start with, we'll talk about the circle, we will talk about parabola, ellipse, hyperbola and all. So, these are commonly called as conic sections. So, I will say circle, parabola, ellipse and hyperbola. Parabola, ellipse and hyperbola. So these are the shapes you will actually get after taking the sections of cone. Conic sections. Not coming? No, voice so. Coming properly. Right. That's all. Okay, chalo. I'm starting here. There are some tech issues today, but okay, it's okay. I think that got sorted now. So here what's happening is, so we call the circle, parabola, ellipse and hyperbola as conic sections. We have a cone, and depending upon in which style you cut the cone, you take the section of the cone, by that you get a different conic section. So I'll try to make you understand, see how it's being done. So if you have the cone, and you can see in a cone we can identify few shapes. This shape here is going to be a circle. This shape is going to be a circle. We will cut it in different ways. I'll show you how. But before that, I'm just introducing the different shapes in front of you. This will be a circle. This will be an ellipse here. This will be an ellipse. This will be a parabola. This will be a parabola. And this will be a hyperbola. Basically, hyperbola you will get kind of in pair, where there will be a cone, there will be an inverted cone. Their actual mathematical definition is too different. But the point is that in physics we are majorly interested in the design and a bit of the equation. We are not interested in their actual definition, how they are formed. But yes, as an introduction, it's easy for us to understand that there is a cone. Depending upon in different ways you take the section, means in different ways you cut a particular cone, you are going to get these shapes. So circle, parabola, ellipse, hyperbola. From the next slide, I will keep introducing their equations, their coordinates. For example, circle ke liye we will talk about standard equation, common equation, center of circle, and identifying the radius of the circle. Okay, and that will be definitely important for us in circular motion. So as of now, if I talk about the circle, so how do we get the circle? So we will have a cone, and we will take a plane to, like a blade, to cut the cone in such a way that we are cutting it like this, parallel to the base. This plane is parallel to the base. So if I cut it like this, parallel to the base, what I'm going to have is a shape of a circle. We'll get the shape like this. We'll get this shape like this here. And if I observe it from the top, then definitely, according to me as an observer, what type of shape I got here is a circle. Okay, this is the circle. What we got here. Okay. Similarly, if I talk about this parabola. So how do we get the parabola? First of all, I would like to talk about the ellipse, because that will be similar to that of circle. Obviously not same. So ellipse ke liye, instead of cutting with a plane which is parallel to the base, that will be a bit inclined to the base. So you see, you're having this ellipse here. So if you cut it like this, you will be getting a shape somewhat here. And if you observe it like an observer, so according to you, this shape is going to be an ellipse. I hope the idea is clear to you. Parabola, again, you will have this cone, and you are going to cut it with a plane like this, that this is going to be the plane. So here the shape which you can get here is the highlighted shape of parabola, which I have shown. But in case of hyperbola, generally we consider a cone as well as an inverted cone here. And if you take a plane and cut this perpendicular to the base, perpendicular cut by using this plane perpendicular to the base. You are using your blade or knife like this. So what do we get here is a shape which is here and the shape which is here. If you observe it from here, you will get a hyperbola. So in our curriculum, we have a particular hyperbola, rectangular hyperbola. Then there are some terms called asymptotes, this, that, which we will be rarely using. So basically, we are not going to follow the actual mathematical definition and actual in-depth mathematics for all of these conic section. They come in too much detail, but in the subject of maths. Here we are just going to introduce their basic parts in order to make their use in physics. I hope that's okay with you. I would suggest you to take a screenshot. Take a screenshot so that we can quickly start one by one with our common curves. I hope this basic idea of the graph is clear to you. We are starting with this now. Okay. I'll explain one by one. I am explaining everything. Hyperbola, circle, ellipse, parabola, everything I am explaining. So let us start with circle first. So we are going to start with the circle. First of all, I will talk about general equation. General equation of circle. General equation of circle will be, you will say this is x minus alpha ka whole square plus y minus beta whole square, that is equal to radius ka square. Radius ka square. Okay. X minus alpha whole square plus y minus beta whole square, that is equal to radius square. How to identify, sir? Suppose there is an equation given to us. How to write the equation, that's okay. But suppose there is an equation given to us, how to identify that that is the equation of circle? So first property is, I will say coefficient of x square must, see, that's not a linear equation, right? That's not a linear equation in two variables. So a linear equation in two variable is going to represent a straight line, that's for sure. Here it is coefficient of x square, that must be equal to coefficient of y square. Coefficient of x square must be equal to coefficient of y square. Another thing is, and there is no term containing xy is there. No term containing xy together as a product is there. And also here center of the circle is given by alpha comma beta. Center of the circle is given by alpha comma beta. Okay. And if you talk about the common equation, this is a general equation. For example, I take one example, example 1, common equation of circle. If I talk about the common equation of circle, the common equation will be x square plus y square is equal to a square. X square plus y square is equal to a square, or in a better way, you can write it as x minus 0 ka whole square plus y minus 0 ka whole square is equal to a square. So here you will say the center is by default defined as 0 comma 0, that is origin. This is the common equation of circle. And if we talk about the radius of the circle, the radius is definitely a units. The radius is a units. I'll take another example so that you will get a better clarity. Example number 2. Suppose we say x minus 2 ka whole square plus y plus 5 ka whole square is equal to 8. Suppose we have done it like this. Now we have identified that it matches with the standard equation of circle. See, actual in-depth clarity you will get when you will know circle, know ellipse, know hyperbola, know parabola, and now when you know all of these and now you are going to compare. So first of all, we are just going to learn them one by one. Finally, we are going to compare all of them. Okay. So we will say x minus 2 ka whole square plus y plus 5 ka whole square is equal to 8. That matches a bit of this form. Now let us try to express it in the standard form. So I will say this implies I can write it as x minus something. So x minus 2 ka whole square plus y minus something, which means y minus minus 5 ka whole square is equal to something square. That something square will be root 8, or you can simply say 2 root 2 ka square. 2 root 2 ka square. Alright. So here I will say that this is a circle whose center is whose center is at the point 2 comma minus 5, whose center is at the point 2 comma minus 5, and whose radius is going to be 2 root 2 units. Radius is going to be 2 root 2 units. Okay. If I give you the visualization of this one, so I will say this is my x-axis, this is my y-axis, and this is my origin, suppose. Then I will say my center is at origin O, 0 comma 0, and I'm going to get a circle. I'm going to get a circle like this, whose center is at the origin, and radius is, you will say, A units. A units means these points if I'm going to mark, then I will say this is going to be A comma 0, this is going to be minus A comma 0, this is going to be 0 comma A, and this is going to be 0 comma minus A. So positive x-axis, negative x-axis, positive y-axis, negative y-axis, like that. We are going to get it in this way. Okay. I hope that's clear to you. All right. So this is a general equation of circle. Now in physics, generally though they don't give this Cartesian form. Generally they don't give XY form. Sometimes they give the form of cos omega t, sin omega t, like that. So suppose they say parametric form. पैरामेट्रिक फॉर्म में टारगेट क्या है? टारगेट ऑफ पैरामेट्रिक फॉर्म इज ऑलवेज ट्राई टू एलिमिनेट all the other variables or parameters. All the other variables or parameters. Whom you are calling the other variables, sir? You are calling other than, and take only and keep only x and y. For example, that is, parametric form में equation will be given in terms of theta or in terms of cos omega t, sin omega t, like that. But if you want to comment that what parametric form that particular equation is going to represent, then you need to express that equation in terms of x and y. For example, a NEET PYQ I will be talking about. I'm talking about this NEET PYQ here. NEET PYQ. So here the equation is r vector is equal to, that's a vector equation. They are writing cos omega t in x-axis, x cap, plus sin omega t in y-axis, y cap, or generally it can also be written as cos omega t I cap plus sin omega t j cap. Many of you have not studied the vectors, and vector schedule is also coming in this STAR program very soon, but we haven't discussed that vector schedule till now. Okay. So what I'm saying is that even if you don't understand this I cap and j cap, you understand it in the first format. What does it mean, sir? Cap means what? Cap means direction. That's a unit vector that tells you only and only the direction. So basically cap will tell you the direction. They want to say that along the x-axis you have cos omega t and along the y-axis you have the sin omega t. Tell me the design, tell me the graph, tell me how the particle will move. Okay, this is the position vector of a particle. This is r vector is position vector of particle. That's given. Okay, I'll mention it here that r vector is position vector of particle. Now, how to deal with that? So I will say, suppose what is written here, I will say here x coordinate is given as, in the direction of x, what is given to you? Cos omega t. And y, in the direction of y, what is given to you? Sin omega t. And we know that till your 10th class we have learned the basic trigonometry, in which if we want to remove this, always try to eliminate, always try to remove this omega t and this. So you can say cos square omega t plus sin square omega t is equal to 1. Cos square omega t plus sin square omega t is equal to 1. We know this relation in order to eliminate that. So if x is equal to cos omega t, cos square omega t is x square plus sin square omega t is y square is equal to 1. Or in a better way, you can write it as x minus 0 ka whole square plus y minus 0 ka whole square is equal to 1 का square is equal to 1 square. So यहाँ पे center क्या होगा? And radius, what will be the radius? So you will say center is going to be 0, comma 0. That is again, that's the origin. Center is going to be 0, comma 0. That's the origin. And if we talk about the radius, the radius is going to be 1 unit. 1 unit, or you can also call it unity. 1 unit or unity. I hope the logic is clear to you. So what I am saying is that ultimately you will have a general equation of the circle. Either you can have this general equation or you will have this common equation, or sometimes they will not be even giving you the direct equation. They will be giving you a different form. Matlab, you know the equation in terms of x and y. They will be using some other parameter, some other variable. In that case, our agenda is to eliminate that third parameter or the variable and establish a relationship between x and y. I hope the logic is clear. Tell me in the comment section, is this whatever is going on? I have told you many small things. Have you understood this? Are you able to visualize how a circle looks like? Yeah, good morning, good morning. Morning away. What is the meaning of cos omega t? We are not getting into too much meaning of cos omega t and sin omega t right now. What you can understand is, if instead of cos omega t, if I would be writing x is equal to cos theta and y is equal to sin theta, will you be understanding this? Because theta will be a third variable or a parameter, and our job is to eliminate the third variable and the parameter. Okay, so whether it is m, k, alpha, omega t, theta, whatever it is ultimately a variable. Okay, just like you are happy with x-axis, x variable, y variable and z variable, now onwards you can also be happy with theta, alpha, beta and all. There is a meaning definitely, but right now we are not getting into the meaning because it will be unnecessarily complicating the story. Till now the story is clear for us. Yes, I'll give another example also. As of now, let's take a screenshot. Take the screenshot, then we will move ahead. Okay, good. Chaliye, एक small explanation लेते हैं, but we will take the explanations. I will give you the explanation with the, I'll give you some more examples after the comparison. So first of all, we are good with circle as of now. We are good with circle. Okay. Now we have to talk about ellipse, then parabola, then hyperbola. When we will be knowing everything, after that, after a few days, in fact, we will just clear cut take the graphs, then we will take their examples and distinction also. So I hope you have taken a screenshot. Now I am moving ahead with ellipse. Now, the ellipse general equation is x square by a square plus y square by b square equal to 1. Let's feel a bit about it. If I try to define this here, that how do you define the circle? I will say collection or locus of all points. Maths mein generally we use the term locus. In order to feel that, we are using the term collection. Okay, locus of all points which are equidistant from a fixed point. In a plane, if this will be happening, if this definition is written in a plane, just shifting it a bit. If I say locus of all the points or collection of all the points in a plane, because if you talk about in a space, try to feel it. There is a fixed point called center. From that fixed point, if we talk about at the equal distances, and if we join all the points in 3D, then you will get a sphere. But if you talk about in a plane, then instead of sphere, we will get a circle. So collection of all the points which are equidistant from a fixed point. This equal distance is called the radius of the circle, and this fixed point is called the center of the circle if you are talking about a fixed plane. But if you're talking about a plane, but if you talk about three-dimensional space, then this fixed point will be called as center of the sphere, and the distance will be called as radius of the sphere. Sphere we are not talking about because our interest for today is graphs. Okay, is that clear? All right. So this is all about the basic definition of circle, how to feel that. I'm talking about ellipse, and the notes will be definitely shared in the Telegram group. Whosoever out of you has not joined the Telegram group, you can right now click on the description of the video and there will be a Telegram link. Click to that link and join, because there all the updates and class notes and everything will be coming on the Telegram group itself. Okay, चलिए ellipse के बारे में, if we talk about the ellipse, then we will say x square by a square plus y square by b square is equal to 1. How it looks like? First of all, we will see how it looks like. So we'll try to understand this. If x equals to 0, see, if x equals to 0, then you will say y square by b square is equal to 1, or you can also say y will be equal to plus minus b. So the 2 points which you are talking about, you have got 2 points from here, that when x equals to 0 means y axis. The 2 points are 0 comma b and 0 comma minus b. The 2 points are 0 comma b and 0 comma minus b. On the other hand, if you talk about the next, that is, if y equals to 0, then in the similar equation, you will write x square by a square is equal to 1, or x will be equal to plus minus a. Means the points are going to be a comma 0 and it will be minus a comma 0. Points are going to be a comma 0 and minus a comma 0. So these are going to be the points, and you have to see an ellipse. So if you join all the points free-handedly, you will get this type of shape, I believe. Okay. If you join all the points free-handedly, you will get this type of shape, and this shape is called as an ellipse. This shape is called as an ellipse. See, I have told you this earlier also, that if you cut the cone instead of a plane parallel to the base, if you cut the cone with a plane inclined to the base, you will get an ellipse, as if you had a circle and you can stretch it like this. Okay. So this type. In physics, how do we, what are the parameters we are interested in related to the ellipse? So we will get here the equation of the ellipse, the a and b, the lengths which you can see. And whenever we define an ellipse, there are 2 special points. These are called the foci of the ellipse, f1 and f2. f1 and f2 are called the foci. Single is focus. Their coordinates as of now, I want you to remember as ae comma 0, and minus ae comma 0, where e is called the eccentricity. E is called the eccentricity. We will talk about the eccentricity and all in later stages. Abhi nahi padna, and right now you don't have to get into it. You just need to understand that this here is E is referring to the eccentricity. E is referring to the eccentricity, and for ellipse, the term eccentricity is less than 1. For ellipse, the term eccentricity E is less than 1. That is why AE distance is coming out to be less than A. AE distance is coming out to be less than A. Okay. So if I talk about the different distances now, then I will say this A is the distance A. This is the distance A. That is called semi-major axis. 2A is major axis, A is semi-major axis. Similarly, B is this distance B here. This distance B here, what you can see is semi-minor axis. Minor axis is B, total distance. This half of it is semi-minor axis. Okay, so as the name itself suggests, semi-major axis, complete 2A will be major axis, B will be semi-minor axis, complete 2B will be minor axis. Okay, that's going to be the situation. Now here, if I particularly talk about that what type of equations in physics will give you the ellipse shape. So example देखते हैं. One example will be, if I write v is equal to omega under root a square minus x square, and the question is plot a curve or plot a graph between v and x. So how do we do that? First of all, we will try to, our agenda is to get a vx curve. V will be dependent on x, suppose, and I want to get the exact design and the exact equation. So this will come in a chapter. This will come in a chapter called oscillations or simple harmonic motion, SHM, in class 11th. So that will come near the end of class 11th, but that will be one of the points, that will be one of the chapters and one of the points where you will be using the elliptical equation of the ellipse. Apart from that, there is a chapter gravitation in which different laws will be there. So yes, just like circle has been very common for all of you till now, similarly from now onwards, ellipse, parabola, hyperbola will also be similar. So we are trying to see how to simplify this particular equation. देखिए, we are interested in v versus x, so I will try to isolate both of them. I will square both sides. Squaring both sides, what you will get? After doing the square both sides, you will get v square is equal to omega square, and that's a square minus x square. Then you can shift it here. V square by omega square, that will be equal to a square minus x square. The next step will be v square by omega square plus x square is equal to a square. Or if you want to write it further, I'm writing it here. If I take this a square in the denominator of both, the equation will be x square by a square plus, be careful, it is v square by omega square a square. Can I write it as v square by omega a ka combined square? And hence that will be equal to 1. That will be equal to 1. So if you notice this particular equation, the way I have told you, put x equals to 0, get the value of y. Similarly, put y equals to 0 and get the value of x. Similar thing if you try to do here, then what you will get? Ultimately, we have to mark the points. If I put, I'll analyze this separately here, see. If I put x equals to 0, this entire term is gone. And you will get v square as omega square a square, then we will get v as plus minus omega a. Similarly, if I put v is equal to 0, then this entire term is gone. And we will have x square by a square is equal to 1. That means x will be equal to plus minus a. Okay. So what you can say, put v equals to 0. If you put v equals to 0, x is equal to plus minus a. So you will have this point, these points here. That's a comma 0 and minus a comma 0. So on x-axis, v value will be 0, and on v-axis, x value will be 0. So if you put x value 0, you will have it as a omega, and it is minus a omega. So that will be, coordinates will be 0 comma a omega, 0 comma a omega, and it will be 0 comma minus a omega, 0 comma minus a omega. And hence, if now you try to join it free-handedly, definitely you will get this type of shape. So if you exactly join them and you will get this type of shape, this again gives you a feeling that it is an extended circle. Although in physics, now onwards, you don't have to comment about the name on the basis of how it appears. No, the design will not decide the name. The equation will. That's why I'm talking about the design in secondary step, and primarily I'm talking about the equation. You can notice I have taught about the equation first, then I am talking about the design. Similarly, in the circle, I have talked about the equation first, then I am talking about the design. So if it is a proper circle, you will definitely be able to identify it by its own appearance. But if it is an ellipse, then by every mode, if you modify a circle, you are not going to get an ellipse. Ellipse will be named as the ellipse only if the equation matches with the standard one, otherwise not. Okay, so I hope you got the idea. Take the screenshot for this also. Okay, fine. So yeah, so here we are taking a break on this session of the graphs. Very soon we will meet again and we can talk about the rest of the shapes, as I have mentioned, parabola and hyperbola. Okay, so now you can take a break, and I think the connectivity is also smooth now. So in next 5 minutes you are going to start with your chemistry lecture. Okay, so there is a small break right now. All the best. Bye bye.
A very, very good morning to everybody. Good morning. Hasini, good morning. Ramesh, good morning. Neelaveni, good morning. Bilwakshi, Vicky, Nagaraju, Teju, Muskan, ASR. Very, very good morning. Rohan, good morning. Good morning to everyone. Sahasra, Bhanu, good morning. Very good morning to everyone. So, are you guys all ready to test yourself today? Whatever 4 lectures we have had till now, are you all ready to test yourself? Yes. All right. So keep these things ready with you. Keep a paper ready with you. This paper you will use to write the answers of 13 questions are there with you today. Okay, 14 questions are there. Just mark 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 14. Mark 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 14. Keep a rough page with you, rough notebook with you. Keep a rough notebook with you for the rough work. Okay. Each question is going to carry +4 if you get correct. So whenever you get the answer, I'll discuss the answers along with the question only. I'll give you 2 minutes to solve the question. So time for each question will be 2 minutes. 2 minutes per question. See, in NEET level, when we are discussing, it's not just important to get the correct answer. More important is to get the correct answer within the time limit of 1.5 or 2 minutes. So I've given you the upper limit only 2 minutes per question I've given you. While explaining, I will take 1 minute. So I will explain for 1 minute. So like this, total 3 minutes per question I will take. 3 minutes per question I will take. Total questions are going to be 14 questions. So maximum marks are 14 fours are 56. 56 marks are there. At the end, I will ask you how much you have performed well, how much you have performed in the exam. For each correct one, you will give yourself +4. For each answer correct, you will give yourself +4. For each answer incorrect, you will give yourself -1. Okay. After I tell you the answer, you give yourself +4 if you marked correct. If you marked incorrect, give yourself -1. If you are not able to complete incomplete question, you give yourself 0 marks. You give yourself 0 marks. Let us start. Keep all these things ready. I am starting with the question number 1. Last 3 minutes, so enjoy. No, we have that much time only. Okay. Question number 1. ये रहा आपकी स्क्रीन पर. In which case is the number of molecules of water maximum? You don't have to mark your answer in the chat box. No need. Just mark the answer. Bhanu Kumar, Aditya, don't mark it here. Do not mark it here. Good morning, Muzammil Hussain. Don't mark the answer here. Okay. Just mark it in your own notebook. Don't tell the answer to other people. Okay. Keep it to yourself. Keep it to yourself. I don't need the answer. ASR, you are not allowed to talk in the class. See, if you keep the answer in the chat box, the problem is other person who doesn't know or he has a slow speed or something, he'll directly check your answer only. No, don't do that. If you are marking answer 3, other person will not check the other options. Maybe your answer is wrong. Because of you, others' answer will also go wrong. Maybe yours is correct. So others will think that they are doing correct, but they are actually not doing correct. No, it's just because of you. Don't mark your answers. All right. Time is up. As 15 seconds late only I started this. All right, quickly. Which of the following has more number of molecules of water? 0.2224 liter of water vapor at 1 atm 273. This is STP only. It is STP only. So first one is water vapor. I'll convert volume to moles, moles to molecules. Volume to moles, moles to molecules. First divided by 22.4 liter, then multiply by Na. Okay, so we get first one as molecules as 0.00224 by 22.4 Na. This is the first one. Okay. On the table of 22.4, it will go 1, 2, 3, 4. 10 power minus 4. 10 power minus 4 Na as the first one. Second one, 0.18 gram of water. Weight to moles, moles to molecules. Weight to moles divided by 18 gram. Multiply by Na. 0.18 by 18 Na, which is 10 power minus 2 Na. 18 milliliter of water. In the previous class, I told you that whenever it is liquid water, we have to think about density. Density is 1 gram per ml. 18 ml means 18 gram water. 18 gram water means 1 mole. So weight 18 gram to moles to molecules. Weight is 18 gram divided by 18 into Na. I will get Na number of molecules. Next one is 10 power minus 3 mole, which will be 10 power minus 3 Na. Answer is this one. So this is 10 power minus 3 Na. This is 1 Na. This is 0.01 Na. It is 10 power minus 4 Na. It's a NEET 2018 question. Answer is 18. Okay. Next one. Quickly. Similar type of question we have already done in the first day. On the first day, we have done this question. Alicia, no problem. You try to solve as many questions as you can. Try to solve as many questions as you can. It's your test. Okay. Maybe, Alicia, you have joined today itself. Okay, okay. Good, good. Don't tell the answer in the chat box. Just write it in your notebook, get the answer. When I solve, you give yourself +4 or -1. Simple. Alicia, if you have joined today, you do one thing in the evening time. Please watch the other 4 lectures. Won't take much time. 45 minutes each day for chemistry you watch. Then 5th day you try these questions again, Alicia. No problem. You just sit in the class just to feel the atmosphere, how it is. 30 seconds remaining. Good morning. Nobody will check Muzambil. Everyone is busy in writing their exam. Nobody is there to talk to you. Salim Malik, nobody is there to talk to you. Okay, Alicia. Time's up. Pens down. X and Y combine to form XY2, XY2 and X3Y2. 0.1 mole of XY2 weight 10 gram. Okay. Weight is given, moles is given. Weight by molar mass equal to moles. Weight by molar mass equal to moles. Now they have given 0.1 mole weighs 10 gram. Means 10 gram by molar mass equal to 0.1 mole. So molar mass from here comes out to be 100 gram. Molar mass of XY2 is 100 gram. Now they are saying for the second one, 0.05 mole weigh 9 gram. So 9 gram by molar mass equal to 0.05. From here, molar mass comes out to be 180 gram. This is for X3Y2. Now, XY2 contains 1X and 2Y, which is given 100 gram. And X3Y2 contains 3X, 2Y, which is going to be 180 gram. To solve for both, we will subtract the 2, minus, minus, minus. 2y will cancel out. So we get minus 2x equal to minus 80. X comes out to be 40. What are the masses of X and Y? First one is 40. I will not even check the second one. 40, 30. Third option is correct. 40, 30. Going to the next one quickly. NEET 2016. Next, NEET 2014. Laddu, Veenu, ASR, don't disturb us. Yumiko, come with the real name, Yumiko, don't disturb others. Ishwar, Vishnu, Veenu, they are not interested in talking to you. Rhino Creation, if you are not here to study, please leave the class. Simple as that. Let us study, please. Okay. 10 more seconds. You guys have 10 more seconds. Okay, sir, don't do it again now. It's good that you have understood. Good. Let us start. All right, quickly. Equal masses of H2O2 and methane. H2O2, methane. Whenever a question comes from equal masses, you take any one mass. You can take X gram, 100 gram, 200 gram, 500 gram. But it's better to take LCM of their molar mass. Its molar mass is 2. Its molar mass is 32. Its molar mass is 16. If I take LCM, that will be 32. So I'll take each of them 32 gram, 32 gram, 32 gram, 32 gram. Why I have done that? Because to find moles, it will become easy to divide. Moles is weight by molar mass, 32 by 2 gram, 32 by 32 gram, 32 by 16 gram. So moles are 32 by 2, 32 by 32, 32 by 16. This is the ratio of their moles. That's the answer, 16, 1, 2. NEET 2014, if you have done correct, that's good. 16, 1, 2, option 3. Till now, all are option 3 only. Option 3, option 3, option 3. Next question. You can see the answer in case we are going a little faster. If you think like that, first of all, we are not going faster. It's a revision class, means already we have studied this. So see this video again in the evening time. Anybody who's not able to catch up with all the questions, but you try maximum of them. Okay, do the next one. NEET 2011. NEET was called as AIPMT, as all of you would remember, but it's same as NEET only. Yes, everybody will like the session, but after you write the test. More important is taking the knowledge. You can like the session later, you can subscribe later. More important is you should gain some knowledge on the mole concept. This is my main motive today. Other things can take a rest. Jaya Charan, okay, you will get it. Wait for it. First do them. All right, 10 more seconds. This one is little easier one, so we'll quickly do. Or if you can check, pens down. Weight is given, molecules are asked. Weight is given, molecules are asked. Weight to moles, moles to molecules. Divided by molar mass, multiply by Na. Divide by molar mass, multiply by Na. 64 divide by 64, because SO2 is also 64, Na. 44 divided by again 44, Na, because CO2 is 44. Ozone, 48 by ozone is also 48, Na. So simple. 8 gram hydrogen, 8 by 2 gram Na. This is the answer, 4 Na. 4 Na. Option 4. Next one. Keep marking yourself, keep marking yourself. Till now, we have done 4 questions and we have taken almost 20 minutes. So we are behind our schedule. Quickly do, otherwise we'll stop it at 10 questions only today. Instead of 14, we'll stop at 10. Out of 40, you can give your marks. Okay. Yes, Aryan, yes. Alicia, were you able to solve any question till now? This is NEET 2010 question. Okay, Alicia, good. Good, Alicia, good. Since you have joined today, still you are able to do. Well done. 10 seconds more. I have decreased the time to 1 minute 35 seconds so that we can complete the number of questions. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Pens down. Number of atoms in 0.1 mole of triatomic gas. Triatomic gas means a gas like ozone, or just we'll say X3, or something like CO2. Any gas which contains 3 atoms per molecule. So, in ozone, I would say, let's say, moles are given 0.1 mole, atoms are asked. So, I'll go from mole to molecules. Once I know number of molecules, I can reach to atoms as well. How do I say that? Or you can just use the unitary method. What was unitary method? 1 mole ozone contains Avogadro molecules. Each ozone has 3 atoms. So Avogadro molecules will have 3 Na atoms. This we are comparing with this. Moles are given. So I'll keep 1 mole O3 has 3 Na. 0.1 mole O3 will have 0.3 Na. That is the answer. 0.3 times 6 times 10 power 23. Avogadro number, which is 1.8 into 10 power 23 atoms. See carefully, they are not asking molecules, they are asking number of total atoms. 1 mole में 3 Na, 0.1 mole में 1.8 10 power 23. Option 3. Option 3, 10 power 23, option 3. Next. Not option 1, option 3. Some of you might have marked option 1, but see the careful, the 10 power you see, 10 power 22 is there. Okay, next one. Quickly. NEET 2008. You might be feeling that same type of questions we have done in the class as well. Similar type, not the exact same. But if you know unitary method, then all the questions you can easily do. All the questions from mole concept, whichever year they are asked, you can easily do them. There may be some people right now who have got 0 marks till now. I am sure about it. Maybe 50% of the class. But mark my words, NEET preparation requires time. Okay. The very first test you will not be able to do that well. Some of you might be doing good, it's good. But to increase the speed, you have to be consistent for at least 2 years. Once you are consistently working for 2 years, then only you will become faster. Okay. So if someone is able to answer, but if you are feeling like inferior that I am not able to answer, don't feel like that. You are all will be at same level by the end of 12th class. Okay. By the middle of 11th also, you can all reach to same levels. Even if someone is taking coaching for last 3 years or 2 years, those who started today as well will be able to reach there within 6 months. And you can cross everyone depending on how much hard work you do. Okay. Time's up. Water molecule volume occupied. 1 molecule of water. 1 molecule of water. First of all, water is not a gas, it is a liquid. For liquid, we use density, 1 gram per ml. So, by unitary method, I can say, unitary method I am using. Whatever I know about 1 mole, I will write. I will say 1 mole water means 18 gram water. No problem. Because density is 1, I can say 18 gram water. In other words, I can say 18 ml water. Because density is 1 gram in ml. So when I take 18 grams of water, there will be 18 ml in it. 1 mole water contains how many molecules? Avogadro molecules. So that's the unitary method. Now they're asking us molecules is given. I'll keep it on left hand side. Volume is asked, I'll keep it on right hand side. That's all. Finish. Na molecules occupy 18 ml. 6 into 10 power 23 occupy 18 ml. One molecule occupies 18 by 6 into 10 power 23 ml, milliliter. All the options are in milliliter only because centimeter cube means milliliter. So I get 3 into 10 power minus 23 ml. Those who have answered it correct, very good. Very, very good. Option 1. Keep it up. Keep it up. Clap for yourself. Those who have answered it correct, it's a good question. Most of you might do a mistake here. Okay. Next. G1 good. Turbo gaming, maybe you tell me with your honesty, have you been writing the notes as well? Have you been solving the homework questions which you are getting on the Telegram? Tell me. Turbo gaming. Good ASR. ASR is saying, sir, you scolded me, so I am doing good. You guys need some scolding as well, no? So that's good. Those who have not done the homework question, you will feel like this. You will get the backlog. So whenever you join to Shri Chaitanya, whenever you come here, please, whatever questions are given to you as homework by the teacher, all teachers, you must do it on the same day only. Otherwise, third day you will not understand anything. Maybe first, second day, simple things will be there. But if you don't do the homework, if you don't read the same notes every day, in that case, what will happen is this only. You will say, sir, I am not understanding or I am not getting answers where others are getting. It just takes 20 minutes to 10 minutes. 10 to 20 minutes to read the class notes if you do it every day. If you leave it for 5-10 days, then it takes 5-6 hours. Okay, time's up. Pens down. Maximum number of molecules. All right. In the first one, volume is given. We have to go to molecules. Volume to moles, moles to molecules. Divide by 22.4, multiply by Na. Second one, weight is given. We have to go to moles, then molecules. Weight is given, divided by molar mass, which is 2 gram for hydrogen gas. Multiply by Na. So I'll just find all of them quickly. First one is 5 liter of N2. 5 by 22.4 Na. I am not solving it. I am just checking approximate answers. 0.5 gram by 2 gram into Na. 10 gram of O2 gas. 10 gram by 32 gram Na. 15 liter of hydrogen. 15 by 22.4 liter Na. I am just approximately checking. I am not checking the full answer. See, 5 on the table of almost 4 it will go. 0.5 table 4 it will go. So it is Na by 4 almost. It is Na by 4 almost. I am just checking approximate answer. Na by 4, Na by 4. This is Na by 3 almost. Na by 3 almost. And this one is Na by less than 2 because 15 by 22 is not even 2. So it is Na by 1.5 almost. This is the maximum one. Na by 1.5. Na by 4, Na by 4, Na by 3, Na by 1.5. So option is 4. Check the answer. Option 4. Next one. Don't talk among yourselves. All notes I will send. You have not missed many classes. If anybody has missed classes, watch the video. Don't just write the notes. Watch the videos. 5 videos are there. That's all. This is the 5th one. 4 videos every day, 45 minutes. Do that. Or just on one Sunday, you complete all of them. Sir, how many questions might come from practical chemistry in NEET 2024? Since it's a newly added topic, I am expecting 3 to 4 questions. 2 from the salt analysis and 2 from the other organic chemistry part. Let's see. We don't know. JEE Mains is giving 2 questions because their total questions are only 30. Here total questions are 50, so we are expecting around 4 can come. Time's up, pens down. Maximum atoms they are asking, bache, not molecules, atoms. 1 gram O2. First I will go from weight to moles, moles to molecules, molecules to atoms. How do we go there? 1 gram by 32 gram moles into Na molecules. Each O2 has 2 atoms into 2. That is the first one. 1 by 32 Na into 2. Second one. 1 gram lithium. 1 by molar mass of lithium 7 into Na. Lithium is an atom only. Each atom contains 1 atom. So I'll say just 1 into 1. So I'm doing weight by molar mass into Avogadro number into atomicity. Into atomicity. NEET 2020 question. You can see how simple questions come in NEET. 1 gram Ag. 1 by 108 Na into 1 because each Ag contains 1 atom. 1 gram magnesium. 1 by 24 Na into 1 because each magnesium contains 1 atom. So they are asking maximum. So this becomes Na by 16, Na by 108, Na by 7, Na by 24. Na by 7 is the answer, option 2. Option 2. Good. This is our 10th question. Quickly do so that we are on time. We can complete 3 more after this. Good. Neelavani, good. Venkat, good. Bhanu Kumar, good. AV Tanmaya, good. Aditya, good. Padma, good. Surya, very good. Very good. Kondala has got all correct. Really. Neelavani. Venkat, good. Muskan has got good. Allu. Good, good, good. Muzammil Hussain, how do I know about physics? My physics is as good as yours. Okay, Muzammil, no problem. Maximum questions are correct. Ratala. Okay, Ratala, good. Sastra completed, good. Pens down. Pens down. Number of oxygen atoms in 4.4 gram CO2. 4.4 gram CO2. Mole concept. 1 mole CO2 means Avogadro molecules. Each CO2 has 2 oxygen atoms. So Na number of CO2 will have double 2 Na oxygen atoms. And CO2 ka 1 mole means 44 gram. That means 44 gram has 2 Na oxygen. 4.4 gram will have 0.2 Na means 1.2 10 power 23. Option A. Option A is correct. 1.2 10 power 23. Good, good, good. Next one. It is question number 11. CC means ml. CC means centimeter cube, 1 ml. CC means centimeter cube or 1 ml. Milliliter. Thimappa, thank you. Thank you for your love and support. Once you guys come here, we'll do a lot of problems, we'll do a lot of fun. NTP means STP only. Okay, another name for STP is NTP, normal temperature pressure. In physics, it means something else, but in chemistry, STP or NTP mean the same thing. It's a good question. 1988 it came. Even I was not born by that time. Forget about you being born. I was also not born at that time. Yes, we'll do all these topics again. It's just a bridge course. It's a bridge course, means main movie is going to start afterwards only. It's just when you go to watch a new movie, what they do is they show the trailer of the previous movie. No, that in KGF 2, when you go to watch, first they showed for first 10 minutes what happened in KGF 1. So here what we are doing is what happened in 10th or maybe a little bit more than that. Anyways, movie is going to start. Okay. 1 ml of N2O. See, volume is given. We have to go to molecules. 1 ml by 22.4 liter, or I can say 22400 cc. This becomes moles into Avogadro number. These are the molecules. 1 by 22400 Na. So, molecules. So here, this option though is correct, but because all of these is also there, so we have to check the other things else as well. Each molecule of N2O contain 3 atoms, 2 nitrogen, 1 oxygen. So if I multiply molecule with 3, I'll get atoms. So I'll get 3 Na by 22400 atoms. Means 3 into 6 into 10 power 23 by 22400 atoms. Means 1.8 10 power 20, 1.8 10 power 24. Or that's correct only. I can write it as 18 into 10 power 23 by 22400. Now I'll cut these two zeros and say this will become 21. So it will be 1.8 10 power 22. This is also correct, everybody. This is also correct. If 2 are correct, let's not check for the third one. Reason being, it's NEET. We are not proving to anyone that we know the answer. We are not proving to anyone. We just want to get the correct answer. Check the next one yourself later. Okay. Next one. The last question, 13th one. Sorry, 12th one. 12 will do. We'll do 12. 1999. 1999. I was born by this time. By this time I was born. I was there in the world, but maybe I didn't start studying. You guess my age afterwards then. Okay. I was born by this time, but I didn't start studying. ASR you kept option 2, you give yourself -1 ASR. Hasini, first answer only correct. Very good. Hasini, are you getting the mole concept answers also? Questions are not tough. Simple only, no? They are not tough. Are they simple or tough? No, Deepshika, not that much young. Are they easy or difficult? Is the NEET easy or difficult till now for you? What do you think? If I get more answers as difficult, I'll be happy. So that you have to come here and study, no? If you think it's easy from now only. All right, that's the last question. Time's up. Pens down. Number of atoms in 4.25 gram of ammonia. Ammonia mole concept. 1 mole ammonia means 17 gram ammonia. Means Avogadro molecules. But they're asking for atoms. Each ammonia has 4 atoms. 1 nitrogen, 3 hydrogen. So Na will have 4 Na atoms. 17 gram, 4 Na. Finish. 17 gram, 4 Na. 17 gram ammonia means 4 into 6 into 10 power 23 atoms. 1 gram will be 4 into 6. 4 into 6 into 10 power 23 by 17. Now if I take for 7.5 gram, 4.25 gram, sorry, 4.25 gram, this whole thing will be multiplied by 4.25. 4 fours are 16, 4.25 fours are this one. 4 and 4 will cancel out. So Na will be the answer. 6 into 10 power 23. And that's option D. That's option D. NEET is simple but tricky. Okay. Good observation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 questions we have done. All right. Now comes marking. We did 11 questions today. Maximum marks 44. Comment down your marks quickly. Comment down your marks. There are 3 homework questions after this. Very good, Neelaveni. Sukesh, very good. Hasini, good. Next time try for full. Okay. Very good. How everyone is getting 44 marks? How is it possible? Deepika, next time you will do better. Thimappa, Allu, good. 1 question wrong. Sukesh, ASR, good. 40, good. 39. So you see that after doing just 4 classes, Navdeep, today watch the videos again. Raghava, little bit improvement required. Tikshana, improvement required. Okay. Yes, others are doing good. Very good. So just after doing 4 classes, Muhammad, Afan, improvement is required. I hope next time you'll do better. 36 Venkat, 36 is good. Good Sukesh. So just after 4 classes, almost 60 to 70% of the students, what I can see from here, they are able to solve NEET questions. Okay, Deepika, that's good then. In first day only you got 22, 20 marks. That's good if it's your first day. So you guys have done very good. Clap for yourself. Jaya Charan, next class I'll tell the homework questions. Good, Jaswant. Today, thank you, Muzammil. Venkat, Little bit improvement Venkat required. Lily, 42 marks were not possible. I don't know how you got. 42 not possible. No? Out of 44, 42 how will get? Okay. All right. I hope you have done the marking correct. Homework will be just this PPT you will get. This same PPT. Do these questions again in the evening. And last May 2 questions are given. See this one as well as this one. So 2 homeworks are there today. Now because you have solved many questions, no, now I will today send you one assignment sheet as well. 10 to 12 questions. Rani, good, little bit improvement required, Rani. Okay, so these are 2 homework questions. And then in the previous class, as you have seen, in the previous class I gave you lecture 4. In lecture 4, these questions which we did not solve, this one, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 questions were there in the last class. So open up this file. Yes. All right. I hope all of you guys have enjoyed. If yes, just write a crystal clear, then we will stop today's class. Just write crystal clear if everything is fine. Thank you, just one. Thank you. All right. Chalo. Bye bye. Bye bye. Thank you. Good.
Good morning, all of you. I hope so my voice is audible to everyone. So, picture is clear in front of you. Last time we have discussed the reproductive part of the plant, flowering plant. The flower we have started last time, right? A small recapitulation for the points what we have discussed. Just put your thumbs up for the voice clarity so that we can proceed with our today's session. Okay, fine, good. So, right now a small revision from the reproductive part of the flowering plant, that is a flower. Last time we have discussed in this reproductive part, we are having the two categories of the part. One is the essential, second is the non-essential part of the flower, right? I am giving you some name of the part of the flower. You have to say me whether it is essential or it is a non-essential part that we have to discuss, right? I am giving you the name, right? Okay, calyx comes under which category? Calyx, essential or non-essential? Non-essential, very nice, right? Very nice. Then what about androecium gynoecium? It comes under which part? Androecium and gynoecium, essential or non-essential? Essential, very nice. So here do remember, we are talking about essential parts, gynoecium and androecium. Why it is essential? Because here the gametes have to be formed and which involve in the reproduction, sexual reproduction of the flowering plant. Then later we discussed the types of the flower, like one of the examples we have discussed, bougainvillea. Can you say me bougainvillea, whether it is a complete or incomplete flower? Bougainvillea. Bougainvillea is a complete or incomplete flower? Incomplete, very nice. It is an incomplete flower, right? That is the one category we discussed. Then based on sexuality of the flower, we discussed unisexual, bisexual flowers. Then even we have discussed the non-essential parts of the flower, where we have discussed the essential, non-essential like calyx and the corolla. And at last we have discussed about the estivation, means how they are arranged. We discussed the various types of estivation in the last lecture, last topic. There we discussed the velvet estivation, we discussed about twisted, we discussed imbricate type, then we discussed the waxillary type, right? So just the concept, only the words you must be familiar just to link from your 10 to +1, right? So don't take much tension, just clarity of things are more important, right? Okay, now coming to our today's topic, again the remaining part of the flower we have to discuss here, that we have to talk about now. In this session we will discuss about the essential parts of the flower. Like earlier we have discussed, it is having the pistils and stamens, comes under the essential parts, means stamens are the part of androecium, pistil is the part of the gynoecium, non-essential petals and the sepals, that we have discussed. Now let's talk about the first about the androecium. Androecium, just now I discussed with you, it comes under the essential parts of the flower. Today in our session, we will discuss about essential part. Let me to repeat this again, androecium and gynoecium. Already in the last session, we have discussed non-essential, calyx and the corolla, that we have discussed, right? Now, let's talk about androecium. Can I say a unit? A unit of androecium is what thing? That you call it as a stamen. Now stamen, even we call it as microsporophyll, right? We can call it as a microsporophyll, right? Now, microsporophyll, just wait for a moment. Okay, let's begin again. Stamen, other name is what? Microsporophyll. Now, coming to a typical stamen. Wherever you find in your NCERT book the word typical, typical means which is present in, means that stamen which is having almost all the characters there, right? Okay. So please to check that it says coming up. Okay, please put your thumbs up again. Some problem is there in the net connectivity. Just put your thumbs up. Is that all fine to everyone now? Okay, very fine. Fine. Okay, fine. I again repeat the point. I repeat a unit of androecium. Do remember, androecium is a complete whorl. One unit of that, one if you take it out, that you call it as a stamen, right? Stamen, other name is what? Microsporophyll, right? And typical stamen, what do you mean by the typical stamen? Typical means which is, you are assuming all the features are there, which can be in different plants, but right now you are considering in one go, in one stamen, that you call it as typical. Otherwise, all the characters which you are assuming, ideal one, which is making a stamen, maybe it is not in one, but you are assuming it will be in all one, that you call it as a typical. Now coming to the parts of that typical stamen, it consists of two parts. Right? This upper part, you call it as anther. Right? And this part, you call it as filament. Right? This is very important thing to remember. Two parts of one stamen I am discussing. Such type of many stamens are there which are making the complete whorl androecium. Right? Now, anther in a typical stamen, that is bilobed. Right? Can you see it is bilobe? But still its bilobe character will be clear when you cut its transverse section, means horizontal section. When you cut it, then it will be more clear. We will talk about later. Now, what is a filament? Can I say filament is that part which is elongated or which is long and cylinder. Earlier even I said you the word cylinder means something which is long and rounded, like this marker in my hand, no, that is long and cylinder, like that. So it is long and cylindrical. But the reproductive part main is the anther here, right? And earlier we have discussed all the parts where it is present. All the parts, they are present on a thalamus. It is present on a thalamus, right? This thalamus is having all the parts on that. And can you say me what is the stalk of the flower you call it as? We discussed earlier the stalk of flower. What do you call it as? Please come out with the answer. Stalk of a flower. Pedicel, very nice. That you call it as pedicel. And stalk of the leaf, we call it as petiole. Last time we have discussed the difference that petiole is the stalk of the leaf, pedicel is the stalk of the flower. Okay, so this is the stalk of the flower, which you call it as pedicel, right? So do remember at least this point, this is important. And in this filament, this end, can I say this is a part of filament? This end, you call it as this end. This end of filament, you call it as a distal end, right? And this end, which is near to thalamus, you call it as proximal end, right? Distal word wherever is there, you must remember distal means distance, away from the main axis. This is distal end. Near to that, any word in NCERT, proximal means near, right? So near to this thalamus, what is there? Proximal end, right? So can I say the filament, its distal end is attached to the anther part, whereas its proximal part is attached to the thalamus. But here one interesting example, I must say one exception is there, means thalamus, no doubt it is attached, but in case of like a family of Solanaceae, Solanaceae is such group of the plants which are having similar character. There, for example, in case of brinjal, right, what is happening in Solanaceae family members? There the thalamus is, no doubt, the proximal end of this filament is attached to thalamus, but along to thalamus even it is attached with the petal part, right? And that condition you call it as apipetalous condition, right? And even it can be attached to the tepals. I hope so you remember tepals are that categories where you cannot distinguish between the sepals and the petals. That you call it as what thing? Tepals. A part of perianth we discussed earlier. Means in case of lily, example lily, no doubt its part, this part is attached to thalamus, but additionally it is attached to the tepals as well. Example is a lily. That condition you call it as apipetalous condition. Api means on. So if this part is attached to the petal, you call it as apipetalous. If it is attached to the tepal, you call it as apipetalous condition, right? So do remember these points, the introduction of the stamen we have discussed, right? Now there are some variations from flower to flower. The length of stamen cannot be same for all the stamens in one flower. In one flower you have many stamens, so all stamens length in some examples cannot be same. What are that example? Let's check into that. That examples will be like salvia, right? And even in case of mustard, here stamens are of different lengths. They are of different lengths here, right? In salvia, it is showing didynamous condition. Didynamous condition means two will be short and two will be long. Whereas in mustard, it is showing tetradynamous condition, right? In tetradynamous, two will be short and four will be long. For example, I am explaining you for the mustard, like they are having like two short, whereas four are going to be long. Four are going to be long. Two will be short, right? So how many are long here? Four are long. The condition is tetradynamous, right? And didynamous condition, only two short and two long will be there. That condition you call it as didynamous, right? Di word and tetra word correlate with the long one. Are you getting that? So two are long, so didynamous. Four are long, you call it as tetradynamous. Here example is mustard, here example will be salvia, right? So usually it is of same length. All stamens will be of same, means filament length will be same, on which this anther will be there, that will be same. But in these examples, it can vary. The length of that stamens will vary due to the length of the filament. Getting that? Now coming to the next point, there you are having the types of the androecium, means the based on their fusion, or whether they are free. Based on that, some terminologies are there. Like if I discussed in case of calyx, you remember we discussed the word polysapulus and gamocephalus. These terms are related to the calyx. And if I am saying gamopetalous and polypetalous condition, this is linked to the corolla part. Likewise, we have some terms to the androecium. I want everyone now listen this point very carefully, because this what we are going to discuss is the main question of your NEET exam. Many times this question have been asked. Reason why? Because this topic is given in +1 and even this is given in the your +2 chapter, one of the chapters you will find there. We will discuss later on this. But right now, androecium, do remember, even having some important terminology based on whether it is free or it is fused. Right now, coming to this category, the terms which are related to that, right, that can be based on whether the stamens, they are free or they can be fused, right? If they are free, then which term we are using? Then we are using the term polyandrous, right? Poly means free here. Andro word is related to androecium, right? This is important to understand. I again repeat, your command on the word should be strong. What examples are there? Don't take tension. Definitely in one go you cannot learn, right? But understanding of term you can have by the practice, few practice if you will do, you will be a master of the words, technical terms given in your biology book, right? I again repeat, poly means here will be free, androus word is related to androecium, right? And under the polyandrous condition, when stamens are not free, example here you can learn for the mustard, right? Now coming to the fused one, if this point you will catch hold, right, I think so many problems will be solved. The terminology are slightly more here. How comes? Let's see one by one, slowly and gradually coming to this point. The fused part, on the fusion can be of two types. The fusion can be of two types. It can be the cohesion or even it can be the adhesion, right? Cohesion means what thing? When similar things are going to fuse, means when stamens are fused with each other, that you call it as what thing? Cohesion. But once the stamens, they are fused with other members, like outside the stamens, what is there? The petals are there. If they start fusing with them, like just now I given you one example, that is of epipetalous condition, epiphyllous condition. It is nothing, the filament is going to attach no doubt with the thalamus, but even with the petals, they are going to fuse. That is epipetalous condition. If it is fused with the tepal, that is called epiphyllous, right? That is adhesion. Adhesion word is for two different members from two different worlds. Cohesion means members of the same worlds, means stamens with stamens, right? So here when the stamens with the stamens, that you call it as a cohesion. When stamens are fused with members of other worlds, that you call it as adhesion. Let me to write for adhesion, as we have already discussed. What is the thing here? We already discussed here the epipetalous condition. Even we have already discussed here the epiphyllous condition, right? That is the adhesion. The stamens are fused with the members, but with the other worlds of the flower. Now focus on the cohesion right now. In the cohesion, what will happen? In cohesion, you will find, just now I said you, the stamen is having two parts. Listen this point very carefully. We are discussing about cohesion. Means the stamens with the stamens, they are going to fused. Now stamen 1 is having two parts. One is the anther, one is the filament. Sometime in flower what happened? Both anther and filament of all the stamens are fused. Everything is fused, means anther as well as filament. Right? Sometime what will happen? Only the anthers will fused. Means only the tip part will fused. But filament will not fused. I repeat once again. During cohesion, stamens with stamens, maybe all stamen fused completely from anther towards the filament, everything fused. Or sometime what happened? Only the anthers are going to fused, but filaments are free. Or sometime what will happen? The upside, the anthers are free, only filament are fused. Three conditions can be there. I will write here, only filaments are fused, or sometimes only anthers are fused, and sometimes both anthers and filaments are fused. Are you getting that? So do remember, we are discussing about fusion, right? In your syllabus, you are having this part. This is important thing. This is important. We have to focus on this, right? Now, only filaments are fused. That thing you call it as what? Adelphi. What do you call it as? Adelphi. When adelphi will happen? When only filaments are fused. That you call it as what? Adelphi. See, I didn't write the word androus. I have written the word adelphi. Don't confuse the word androus and adelphi. Adelphi means fusion, but fusion of what thing? Only filament. That you call it as adelphi. Now we have to discuss about this adelphi. I am writing on a separate page now regarding this adelphi. 2-3 points we have to take for this. Let's talk about. Okay. In the adelphi, right, which is coming under cohesion. Can I say 3 adelphi we will discuss here? One we discuss about monoadelphous condition. Second is diadelphous condition. Next we will discuss about polyadelphous condition. Right? Mono means one. Adelphous means fusion. I repeat this point, very important, very important. I need your attention on this point. Earlier in previous slide, I said you the word about polyandrous. Polyandrous means free, where the stamens are free. Now I am discussing you the word here I am talking about polyadelphous. Polyadelphous means now fusion is there, right? Polyandrous. Polyandrous, I repeat, when stamens are free. Polyadelphous means they are fused, but they are filaments. Then what is the difference now between monoadelphous, diadelphous, polyadelphous? In monoadelphous, the filaments are fused, such like that they are giving one single bundle. The filaments are fused to give rise one single bundle. That you call it as monoadelphous. What will be the example here? Here the example will be China rose. Will be the example. Scientific term even I mention you, hibiscus. Do remember, this is very important point, and here you should know that China rose is scientific name is hibiscus. Many times China rose have been given in your NCERT. That's why here I am giving you its scientific name as well, hibiscus. Even commonly you call it as a shoe flower. Anyway, they can give you this word. So be careful about the terms and the examples. especially very important example. I am giving you focus in the class. Just memorize that thing later. But right now the concept we are taking. Diadelphous. Di means what thing? Two. When they are making two bundles, right? One bundle fused together, that all fused together making one bundle, and one is not going to be a part of bundle. I repeat, for example, in case of P, let me to give you with an example. P. In P, you are having total 10 stamens in one flower. I repeat, in P, total how many stamens are there? 10 stamens are there. But out of 10, 9 will fused to give one bundle, but one stamen will be free. So can I say you will get two types of things over there, one as a bundle and one without the bundle, or you can get two bundles, one of 9 and one is of 1 only, right? So 9 plus 1, this type of thing is a diadelphous. It is showing 9 plus 1 arrangement. 9 they are fused. This bracket is saying they are fused. 9 are fused, 1 is free. So that is diadelphous condition, right? Now polyadelphous. They are fused like that you are having many bundles of the stamens when their filaments are fused. Here the example will be of citrus, right? So be careful about all these things what we have discussed. Main confusion point, I memorize you once again, polyandrous and polyadelphous. Polyandrous having the free stamens, whereas the polyadelphous, polyandrous, I repeat, polyandrous is having free stamens, whereas the polyadelphous, they are having many bundles of the stamen after fusion of their filament. Is that clear? Okay, now coming to our next essential organ. Up to here, we have discussed regarding the androecium, where we have discussed about all the concepts of that which type of condition is there, whether it is a free or it is a fused form. If fused, whether it is a cohesion type, means among themselves they are fused, or with the other members of the other whorls they are fused, right? Epipetalous condition, example like we have discussed Solanaceae family members. We will discuss what are families. Just right now you must remember the families are the group of the similar flowers. You are keeping them together based on their some common features. Then this epiphyllous condition. What is an example over there? I said you epiphyllous condition, that is of lily. I have said you, right? Now coming to the next essential part. What is that? That is the gynoecium. Now can I say in the gynoecium we are having carpels or pistils which are fused to give one whorl of the gynoecium. Can I say a single unit here, you call it as pistil, or even we can call it as a carpel, right? Now let's talk about the parts of the carpel, or I can say of the pistil. What are its parts? But do remember, likewise we discussed one stamen, even you call it as microsporophyll. In the same way here, the pistil or carpel, you call it as megasporophyll, right? So let's talk about its parts. In the stamen, we have discussed it is typically having two parts, anther and the filament. Right now we have to take the parts of the carpel or pistil, which are three main parts of that, which is there. We will take like one by one. It is made up of stigma, style and ovary. Three parts are there, right? So which is the first one? This is the stigma. This part, this you call it as a style, and this one, bulge one, that you call it as ovary, right? And where it is attached now? It is attached to the thalamus, right? This is the thalamus part. And this is which part? This is the pedicel part, right? Now what is the stigma? This is the receptive part of the carpel. Why you call it as receptive part? Because it is receiving pollen grains. When pollens are released by the anthers. Now let me to show you one more thing, that if I discuss the word pollens now, where it will be. Like if I am taking here, this is an anther. I said you anther is a male reproductive part. When you cut it transverse section here, what you will find? You will find on its transverse section like this. Let me talk you here about anther little bit, so that you must know what are these pollens, right? You are cutting that section, you will get somewhat like this type of thing, right? Outside you are looking to that like this part, right? I have just cut that bilobed anther like horizontally, TS. You call it as transverse section of anther. This is a transverse section of anther. Transverse section means horizontal section will be there. Here you will find there will be the presence of the sac. Sac means like a bag is there. Like 4 test tubes are there, na? They are there inside it. That is filled by what thing? Pollens. Right? All are filled by the pollens. These sac, this blue color line, circle line, what I have given here, this you call it as microsporangium, or you call it as a pollen sac. Such type of, how many pollen sac are there right now in front of you? 4 are there in a typical stamen. In a typical stamen. How many this pollen sac are shown over here? 4. Now inside what is present? Now here the pollen grains are present. Now once this anther become matured, it will split mostly from this point longitudinally like this. It will break from this slit. A slit is formed. It is going to break and pollens are going to release. Pollen are going to release. Mostly it is going to break from there. I repeat what is there right now on the board. I am discussing stamen because in the stigma of the female part, I just given you one word, pollen. You must know the pollens, from where it is released. This is released from the anther part of the stamen, mostly when it is cutting longitudinally, vertically. Pollens are released. Fine. Now where they try to go? They will try to go on this stigma, right? So stigma, that's why you call it as receptive part of the carpel, right? Now this is a style part which is elongated tube-like structure, right? Ovary, can you see it is a swollen part? It is a basal swollen part of the carpel, right? Now here main part is the ovary, where like we discussed in the case of the stamen, pollen grains are formed, right? Here in this case the embryo sac will form. Just don't go after this word embryo sac. Reason why? Otherwise the things will become more complex. Simply you should know that reproductive thing is an anther of a stamen, right? But in the carpel it will be the ovary. That's more than sufficient for time being, right? So among the filament and anther in stamen, anther is the important thing over there. Same way among stigma, style and ovary, the most important is the ovary part. Now what is there inside the ovary? You will find some chambers are there. Right now I have drawn here 2 chambers. You call it as ovarian chambers, right? Or even you call them as a locules, right? Now here important thing lies, there is the placenta. Like in case of human beings, you know that a child is attached to the mother body with the placenta. In the same way here, the upcoming ovules which later become seed, they are attached to the placenta. This is a placenta part. What is placenta? This is flattened cushion-like part. For whom it will be a cushion? It will be the cushion for the ovules, right? These are the ovules. These ovules are equivalent to the pollen sac like in stamens, right? There you call them as microsporangium, here you call it as megasporangium, right? So ovule, let me to write clearly here. I am writing here the word microsporangium, right? What is that? Ovules. Just a minute. I must write here megasporangium. Megasporangium, right? Megasporangium, right? And microsporangium, that will be equivalent to what thing? Pollen sac, right? Even I discussed today megasporophyll, that is equivalent to what thing? Pistil or the carpel. And here microsporophyll, which is equivalent to the stamen. So this analogy you should know a little bit. In which context what we have used here, right? Now let's check about the part what I have said to you here. Here you call ovules as megasporangium. Like we have say the microsporangium in case of the male part, megasporangium we can call in the female part. Which thing is megasporangium here? Ovules. Plural is megasporangia, singular is megasporangium, right? Now let's talk about some terms regarding this gynoecium part. What are their terms? You will find the terms like here. Apocarpus and the syncarpus, right? Apo means what thing? When the carpels are free. Now here you are not using the word poly, here you are using the word apo here. When the carpels are free, right? Carpus means for carpels. Syn means fused. When carpels are fused, that condition you call it as what? Syncarpus. What is an example for apocarpus condition? Here example will be for rose and for the lotus. Here the example can be for tomato, for the mustard. I am taking that only examples which is given in your NCERT book, otherwise many more examples are even there, right? Just focus on your NCERT book only for example, right? Don't go after extra books for extra examples over there. Focus on NCERT, right? So here I am using that only examples which is given in your NCERT book. So these terms are related to the gynoecium part. Now last topic of our day is about when you cut the ovary, you will find the various types of ovules. I mean to say the ovules are arranged in various types. I repeat this point, when you cut the ovary, you will find the arrangement of ovules varies from the species to species. That arrangement you call it as placentation. Let's check on this point. Placentation, types of placentation. What is placentation? Let's talk about this thing. Placentation that is the arrangement of ovules on the placenta in the ovary. That you call it as placentation. Do all the flowers are having same placentation? It is not like that. Let's check about what is that placentation. Like first, can you see, have you seen the pea plant? Right? In pea plant, the pea pod is as a fruit. So here I am talking about pea plant. This arrangement of ovule where you will find they are present on the margin. What thing? Ovules. These are the ovules. When ovules are present on the margin of the ovary, and in this ovary, when you will open the pea pod, can you see only one chamber is there? That is the unilocular ovary. Unilocular ovary. When you will find only one chamber inside it. Now when you open that, can you see the peas are arranged in 2 rows over there, but on the margin. That's why this placentation, you call it as which placentation? Marginal placentation. Right? Now let's see on the next now. In the next point, when you will see here, first of all, can you see it is having septa? Can you see this lines are there? These lines, you call it as a septa. Right? Here the example will be of lemon. Even again here, China rose will come. Even in case of tomato. Right? When you cut simply in a kitchen, when you are cutting a tomato, can you see they are having some chambers inside that? That you call it as multilocular. Multilocular condition of the ovary. But where the ovules are arranged, can you see right now? The ovules are arranged in the center on the axil. Where they are arranged? On the axial point. That's why you call it as axillary placentation. Or you can say axial placentation. Right? But here in marginal, it is unilocular. Here it is multilocular. Right? Now let's check on the next one. In the next one, example here, let me to quote it here. That will be the mustard and the argemone. Now where are the ovules? Ovules are present on the wall of the ovary. Can you see this is the wall of the ovary? This is even the wall of the ovary. Right? But I am taking which wall of the ovary? Which is inner side. This is the inner wall. Right? These are the ovules. When the ovules are arranged on the inner wall of the ovary, but at periphery, outside. Periphery means toward outside, not in a center now. So here they are showing the arrangement will be at periphery. But let me to say here one thing, that you have to go with this point. It is unilocular, because I want to write all the points opposite. To write it is unilocular, because there is no septa here. But what is an arrangement here? It is at periphery. At which wall? At inner wall. Inner wall of ovary. Right? Now let's talk about next one. Now can I say this arrangement of the ovule at the center is same like what you have learned in case of this axial placentation. But here it is multilocular. It is having many chambers. But here it is having single chamber. So which type of arrangement it is showing? That is showing the parietal placentation. Here I must write it as a parietal placentation. I forgot to write this placentation here, parietal. This one is axial placentation. This is a marginal placentation. Here this placentation will be the free central placentation. I repeat this point once again. The axial placentation will be here at the center, but it is same like that axial placentation, but it is not having that septa. This you call it as free central placentation. This will be shown by which example? This will be shown by dianthus and primrose, right? It will be shown by the primrose, right? And again it will be unilocular, right? And next we have to talk about, for the example, sunflower, marigold. Now what type of placentation they are having? Can you see here only one ovule is present, single ovule, and even it is unilocular, and that ovule is present at the base of the ovary. Such type of arrangement you call it as basal placentation, right? Here there is unilocular, even this is unilocular, but they are present at the base of the ovary, right? So this is the basal placentation. Right now we have completed the type of placentation. Let me to recapitulate this point. Do remember, in the first case you are having many ovules, but they are at the margin. That's why you call it as marginal placentation. In all placentation, first and last are unilocular, right? And even you can say, okay, this is even unilocular, this is unilocular. Only this one is multilocular. Only this one is multilocular, right? I repeat this once again. All are unilocular except this. This is multilocular. And when you see the next of the case, can you see all are having many ovules? Only this is having one ovule. Are you getting that? One ovule will be the case of basal placentation. You will see many ovules in all the cases. Under unilocular, one chamber, you will find in all the cases except here. In parietal placentation, when you will come here, we will discuss some of the exception that they can become bilocular two chamber exceptionally. We will discuss later about that, right? So main thing you must know right now the terminology regarding that, what type of placentation they are having, just terms you should know. Just go with that concept once again. I hope so you have understood all the points. Just revise it once again. If still, I repeat, if you are not getting some 1 or 2 points, then just mark it. When we will meet, definitely we will clarify the doubts in that case, right? That's all for today. Thanks a lot, students.
Okay, so good morning everyone. Good morning. Okay, nice sir. So in the previous classes we discussed about hierarchy, then this phylum and all, and I think I said up to Coelenterata, then examples of Ctenophora already completed. After Ctenophora, Platyhelminth completed. Same up to which phylum we have completed? Up to which phylum we have completed? Jayashree, Little Star. Which phylum we completed? I am fine, beta. Tapan, I am fine. Which phylum we have completed? I think Aschelminth already completed. After it, we completed. We have to start from Annelida. Okay. So first I said about the Aschelminth. In Aschelminth there is one property we have already discussed, that Aschelminth phylum, from Aschelminth phylum there is sexual dimorphism. From Aschelminth phylum there is sexual dimorphism. From Aschelminth phylum there is sexual dimorphism. What is the meaning of sexual dimorphism? Means identification of the sex of individual on the basis of external character. Yes, we have completed the Nematoda. So I said that Ascaris, that is known as the roundworm. Ascaris, that is known as the roundworm. It is showing the sexual dimorphism. We are able to identify the male Ascaris and female Ascaris on the basis of their external character. We are able to identify male Ascaris and female Ascaris on the basis of external character, like male Ascaris. Male Ascaris, it is short with curved tail. The tail is curved. Male Ascaris is short and it is having the curved tail. On the posterior end, the tail of male Ascaris is curved like this. On the posterior end, the tail of male Ascaris is curved like this. So with the help of this curved tail, we are able to identify that this one is about the male Ascaris. Whereas the female Ascaris, it is long, and it is having the straight tail. So if the position of tail is like this, okay, then we can say this one is the female Ascaris. So you have to remember that sexual dimorphism means identification of the sex of individual. That is known as the sexual dimorphism. In male Ascaris is short with curved tail and female Ascaris is long with the straight tail. Okay, so this is the sexual dimorphism that is started from phylum Aschelminth Nematoda. Now today we are coming on the next phylum, that is known as the Annelida. So today I am going to start from Annelida. So just see, very important. Why the name given as the Annelida? So name is given as Annelida because there is one Latin word that is known as the annulus. And the meaning of annulus, that is the ring-like structure. So they are having the annuli. Means ring-like structure. That is why the name of the phylum is Annelida. Why they are known as the Annelida? Because they are having the little ring. Yes, Bhanukumar, they are having the little ring-like structure. That is why the name of the phylum is Annelida. See, if I will say this is Annelida, so see, like if I will say this is earthworm here, example of Annelida. So the body is divided into segments. first segment, second segment, third segment, fourth segment. Body is divided into segments. Externally by rings. On the external side, they are having the ring-like structure like this. On external side, they are having the ring-like structure. These little ring-like structure are known as the annuli. That is why the name of the phylum is Annelida. So you have to remember why the name of the phylum is Annelida. Why the name of the phylum is Annelida? Because they are having a small ring-like structure. Because they are having a small ring-like structure. These small ring-like structure are known as the annuli. In Latin, they are known as the annulus. That is why this phylum is known as the Annelida. Yes, Tanmaya, that very good. These segments are known as the metamers. Very good. These segments are known as the metamers. Very good. These segments are known as the metamer. So, body of a coelenterate, it is having the segmented body. It is having the segmented body. It is having the segmented body, and segments in case of Annelida, they are known as the metamers. Okay, they are known as the metamers. So, how many phylums are having the segmented body? So, segmentation, that is the Annelida. Second one, that is the Arthropoda. That is the Arthropoda. And third one, that is the Chordata. In these three phylum, a property is present that is known as the segmentation. Segmentation means division of the body, sir. Division of the body, that is known as the segmentation. And segmentation is shown by three animals of three phylum: Annelida, Arthropoda, and that is the Chordata. We are also having the segmented body: head, neck, trunk, abdomen. Getting now? So, our body can also be divided into parts. That is why this is the segmented body. So, Annelida, Arthropoda, and Chordata, they are showing the segmented body. See, very important. First point I said, why they are known as the Annelida? Because they are having the annulus. What is the meaning of annulus? They are having the ring-like structure. Now, second I said, very important, they are showing the segmentation. Segmentation means division of the body. They are showing the segmentation means that they are showing the division of the body. So, these are two very important characters that you have to remember about the Annelida. Now, coming, there is one example of Annelida. Example of Annelida. This one example of Annelida, it is known as the Nereis. Nereis. There is one example of Annelida. That example of Annelida is known as the Nereis. This is the one point. Related with the Nereis, you have to remember one point. It is dioecious. It is dioecious. Nereis is dioecious. Nereis is dioecious. Anyone will say, what is the meaning of dioecious? I said in the last class, what is the meaning of dioecious? Yes, Yuvraj, what is the meaning of dioecious? What is the meaning of dioecious? I said that Nereis is dioecious. Dioecious means, okay, anyone will say, what is the meaning of dioecious? Fastest finger first, you are not replying. Yes, dioecious means unisexual. One, very good, very good, very good. Dioecious means unisexual. Unisexual. It means there is separate male Nereis and separate female Nereis is there. So that is why it is known as the dioecious. Nereis, it is having the lateral appendages. Nereis, it is having the lateral appendages. Lateral means on the lateral side. Nereis is having the lateral appendages like this. These all are the lateral appendages, and these lateral appendages are known as the parapodia. Nereis is having the lateral appendages, and these lateral appendages are known as the parapodia. Clear? So this is the one that you have to remember. First example of Annelida, that is the Nereis. Nereis, 2 points you have to remember. This is one aquatic. This is one aquatic that you have to remember. It is living in the water. This Annelida is living in the water. It is the aquatic. So 3 points you have to remember related with the Nereis. I said first point you have to remember, it is the aquatic Annelida. Aquatic Annelida. Second point I said it is dioecious. Dioecious means unisexual. Male Nereis is separate from female Nereis. And third point I said it is the parapodia. It is having the lateral appendages which are known as the parapodia. Clear? So this is the one that you have to remember. First example of Annelida, that is the Nereis. It is looking like this. If you will see this diagram, I said that they are having the lateral appendages which are known as the parapodia. This point is very important. Clear? And they are having the segmented body. Body is segmented. These all are the segmented. These all are the segments which are present here. So when you will come to our campus, I will say in detail about this diagram, that they are having the segments, they are having the, for locomotion, they are having the seta. So this is one detailed. I have shown you 2 pictures. This picture you have to keep in mind related with the Nereis. When you will come to our campus, I will explain this picture also, because it is saying about the detail. Second example of Annelida, that is the Ferretima. Ferretima. Second example is the Ferretima, and it is known as the earthworm. Ferretima, it is known as the earthworm. Related with the Ferretima, you have to remember 1 point. Earthworm is monoecious. Earthworm is monoecious. Anyone will say, what is the meaning of monoecious? I said in the last class, earthworm is monoecious. What is the meaning of monoecious? Monoecious. Yes, anyone will say monoecious. Yuvraj, what is the meaning of monoecious? Ferretima postuma. Okay, yes. Dikshita, that is bisexual. Monoecious means bisexual. Bisexual, it means testis and ovary, they are present in the same. So see, they are having the female genital pore as well as they are having the male genital pore. It means they are having the female reproductive organ as well as they are having the male reproductive organ. So this you have to remember related with the second example of Annelida. What is the second example of Annelida? I said that is the earthworm. And in Annelida you will find different. See now, Nereis is dioecious and earthworm is monoecious. Okay, earthworm is monoecious. This is the 1 point. Nereis is dioecious. Earthworm is monoecious. Another example of Annelida, that is the Hirudinaria. Another example of Annelida, that is the Hirudinaria. Leech. In simple language, it is known as the leech. And here, this leech is getting its foods by sucking the other animals. That is by, what is the name? It is the blood sucking leech. So you have to remember 3 examples in Annelida. First example, that is the Nereis, that is aquatic dioecious. Then that is the Ferretima, that is the monoecious. Anyone is knowing Hirudinaria leech is monoecious or dioecious? Please try to reply. Aditya, it is monoecious or dioecious? Fastest finger first. Fastest finger first. Who will reply? This Hirudinaria is monoecious. Yes. Mr. Sai Abhinav Sharma. It is bisexual. Very good. It is monoecious. It is monoecious means it is the bisexual. It means there is no separate male, no separate female. They are having both testes and ovary. So I said this phylum is having both the types of animal. Some are monoecious, some are dioecious. So what is the example of dioecious annelida? That is the nereis. What is the example of monoecious annelida? One is the ferretima and one is known as the blood sucking leech. Anyone will say me, what is earthworm? For earthworm we are using one more term. I will write. Earthworm is known as the friends of the farmer. It is known as the friends of the farmer. Earthworm is known as the friends of the farmer. Anyone will say why it is known as the friends of the farmer? Nayak, BSR, please say why it is known as the friends of the farmer. Known by you, I think it is known by you. Why the earthworm is known as the friends of the farmer? A very common thing in day-to-day time. Yes, Balu, you have given correct. It is soil eating. Vermicompost, yes, again very much correct. Eco-friendly, very much correct. So see, it is eating the soil. It is eating the soil. It is eating the soil. So it is making the soil porous. It is making the soil porous. So earthworms are used to increase the fertility of the soil. Earthworms are used to increase the fertility of the soil. That is why they are known as the friends of the farmer. Yes, Somaya, you have written correct. Retain the soil fertility and loosening the soil. Very good. So please reply fast. Okay, because you all are good. So you have written that earthworm is known as the friends of the farmer because it is eating the soil. So by vermicompost, yes, very good. This is the one term, that is the, which is the longest annelida, polystoma. Okay, so it will not come in NEET, so that you have to remember. So this is the heterodynaria, that is the bisexual. Another example of annelida, that is the Aphrodite. It is aquatic and it is living in the sea water, and thus it is looking like a mice. That is why it is known as the sea mouse. So you have to remember 4 examples of annelida. What are the 4 examples? I will say it again. Nereis, that is the first one. Earthworm, that is the second one. Heterodynaria, that is the third one. Sea mouse, the Aphrodite, that is the fourth one. These 2 pictures I have taken from NCERT. They said that you have to remember. Now just coming on the next phylum, that is the most important phylum. Name of this phylum is the Arthropoda. Arthros means jointed. Arthros means jointed. And poda means appendages. Appendages, or you can say legs. Here, they are having the jointed legs. We are also having the jointed appendages now, like this. I think now we are having the joints here now. So our appendages are also joints. So it is the first phylum, one who is having the jointed appendages. That is why the name of this phylum is the Arthropoda. Today, whenever you are free, please try to say why the name is Porifera, Coelentata, Ctenophora, Platyhelminth, Eschelminth, Annelida, Arthropoda. So this you have to remember that they are having the jointed appendages. That is why the name of this phylum is the Arthropoda. Now, jointed appendages, and they are having another character, that is the chitinous. That is the chitinous exoskeleton. That is the chitinous exoskeleton. Chitinous exoskeleton. The exoskeleton which is made up of chitin. When there is chitinous exoskeleton which is made up of chitin, it is able to prevent the loss of water. What is the function of chitinous exoskeleton? It is for protection. First point, that is for protection. And second one, that is the that is to prevent, second point, that is to prevent the loss of water. It is also preventing the loss of water. So, the arthropoda, two important characters which are present in all arthropodans. That is one, you have to remember, one, that is jointed legs, jointed appendages. Okay, and second one, that is I said it is chitinous exoskeleton. Chitinous exoskeleton means that is made up of chitin. So, arthropoda is considered as the most successful group of animals. Arthropoda is considered as the most successful group of animals. Arthropoda is considered as the most successful group of animal. Why? Okay, why? Just see why it is considered as the most successful group of animal. Because they are having the jointed legs and they are having the chitinous exoskeleton. So, chitinous exoskeleton, it is for protection, and jointed leg they are for the movement. That is why it is the largest phylum. Largest phylum of animal kingdom, that is the arthropoda. Anyone will write what is the second largest phylum of animal kingdom. The first largest phylum is the arthropoda. What is the second largest phylum? Fastest finger first, please write your answer. Okay, please write your answer. What is the second one? Second largest phylum. First I said arthropoda. What is the, yes, that is the cheerful astronaut. Please write your correct name because you are good in zoology. I want to see your correct name. So just see that second largest phylum, that is the Mollusca. Second largest phylum, that is the Mollusca. In the largest phylum arthropoda, the largest class is Insecta. Largest class is the Insecta. Insecta, that is also known as the Hexapoda. Insecta is also known as the Hexapoda. Why it is known as the Hexapoda? Because it is having the 6 legs. Okay, 3 pairs of, it is having the 3 pairs of jointed legs. It is having 3 pairs of jointed legs. So, the largest phylum is the arthropoda, and the largest class of this arthropoda, that is the Insecta. And it is written in the books, out of 10 animals, how many insects are? That is the 7 insects are there. Out of 10 animals, there are 7 insects. Yes, Basant, it is having the 6 legs. That is by sign it is known as the Hexapoda. Very good. So that is the one that you have to remember, that it is having the 3 pairs of jointed legs. That is why it is known as the Hexapoda. So Insecta is also known as the Hexapoda. Clear? Insecta is also known as the Hexapoda. What is the characteristic of Insecta? 3 pairs of legs, 3 pairs of legs and 2 pairs of wings. 3 pairs of legs and 2 pairs of wings. This is the characteristic feature of Insecta. 3 pairs of, yes, ready, Apis, Bombyx, Lacifer. Yes, these all are insects. I will say all the example, but you are trying your level best, it's good. So now that the largest phylum is the arthropoda, I said why it is known as the arthropoda. What are the 2 common characters of arthropoda? Then I said what is the name of the largest class of the arthropoda? That is the Insecta. Insecta, that is the Hexapoda, that you have to remember. Insecta, and just 6 legs, 3 pairs of jointed legs are there. 3 pairs of jointed legs are there. Respiration first seen in arthropoda with the help of, just see here, a well developed, like Asna Tanmay said, respiration. So in arthropoda there is a different respiratory system, tracheal system. Tracheal system, this is the one that you have to remember, that they are having one well developed respiratory system, tracheal system. So I said jointed appendages. Now arthropoda, when we are discussing about the examples of arthropoda, arthropoda is a very good, okay, yes Dikshita, you are correct, it is the tracheal respiration, tracheal, with the help of trache, okay, with the help of trache, they are having the trache. Now when we are saying about the arthropoda, arthropoda is very important. Fine. Animal of one of the animal, are so many animals of arthropoda, they are giving some products which are economically important insects. Economically important insects. Anyone will say the name of any insect which is producing the honey. Honey, everyone knows about the honey. Honey is produced by, yes, Tanmay, you are writing correct. Tanmay, you are writing correct. Anyone else? What is the name of the insect which is, yes, Manga? Okay, that is the honeybee. Honeybee. Honeybee, that is known as the Apis indica. Apis. What is the name? What is the genus? What is the genus here? That is the Apis. So Apis indica. It is the name of the Indian honeybee. This is genus and indica is the species. And this honeybee is producing the honey. And honey is an economically important product. What is the name of the branch which is related with the production of honeybee? Fastest finger first. Your time starts now. What is the name of the branch which deals with the production of honey? If you will give the answer of this question, who will write the answer of this question? My question is, what is the name branch of the science which deals with the production of honey? Honey is produced by Apis. So yes, Jupati Dhanayesh Sai Subramanyam. You have written the fastest finger first. There is one branch of the science that is known as the apiculture. Apiculture, culturing of honeybee and all for the production of honey, that is known as the apiculture. So apiculture, that is the branch of science which is related or which deals with the production of honey. So when you will come to our campus, I will show you this diagram in detail, but till that time you have to remember that one economically important insect that is known as the honeybee, Apis. Any other example of insecta which is producing one useful substance for human beings? Any other example of insecta which is producing helpful thing or economically important thing for human beings? Yes, cheerful astronaut, please correct your name beta because you are good in zoology. Yes, it is the silkworm. Silkworm, just see, Bombyx mori. It is known as the silk moth. Silk moth, and it is used or it is producing one very important product that is known as the silk. Have you listened about Karnataka? One place, Kanjivaram, silk saris. They are they are producing the silk. Silk is produced by silk moth. Bombyx. Silk is produced by silk moth. Okay, Salim, you are asking about the methodology. That is big. We will explain it when you will come to our campus. Same like apiculture is related with the honeybee. Yes, already written, Dikshita. Yes, very good. Sericulture, that is related with the production of silk from this Bombyx mori. So don't think about the insects. They are only causing like plasmodium is causing that malaria, that bite of the anopheles causing the malaria, they are the transmitting. They are producing some very important products also. I said na, honey. Honey is produced by honeybee, apis. Silk is produced by silk moth. Yes, Ganesh, you are absolutely right. How you know that I am going to ask the next question, Ganesh? That you have listened the Lacifer. Lacifer lacca. It is known as the lac insect. It is producing one product that is known as the lac. Yes, very good. So, I said there are three economically important insects. One, what is the side heading we are discussing? Economically important insect. Economically important insect, first one I said apis, that is the honeybee. Second I said that is the Bombyx mori, that is the silk moth. And third I said about the Lacifer, lac insect. Yes, very much correct, Lacifer. Okay, very good, all are writing, that is the insect. Okay, so these are the economically important insects, means they are producing the economically important products. Now, some insects are bad also, like some human beings are good and some are bad also. Simply in every phylum, some are good, some are bad. Some insects are giving us useful product, some are dangerous for us. We have to use the mosquito coil, mosquito repellent, anyway, mosquito nets. Anyway, we are trying to protect ourselves from the mosquitoes because they are the vector. What is the meaning of vector? One who is transmitting the pathogen from infected person to the healthy person. One who is transmitting the pathogen from infected person to the healthy person, that is known as the vector. That is known as the vector, and the vector, mosquitoes are very dangerous. Mosquitoes are very dangerous. What are the three examples of mosquitoes? Anopheles, Culex and Aedes. Anopheles, Culex and Aedes. Okay, they are the vector. Remember, mosquitoes not causing any disease. Disease is caused by someone else. They are only the vector. Vector means they are transmitting the pathogen from one infected person to the normal person. Are you getting? Infected person to the normal person. So first of all, that is the Anopheles. First vector, that is the Anopheles. I think definitely you have listened about the Anopheles. Anopheles is a transmitting mosquito for which disease? Anopheles is a transmitting mosquito or vector for which disease? Name of the disease known by you? Yes, Tanmay. Malaria. Very good. Malaria. Malaria is caused by a pathogen that is known as the Plasmodium. Malaria is caused by one pathogen, that is the Plasmodium. Basically, it's a protozoa. And this Plasmodium from infected person to the healthy person. Infected person to the healthy person, this Plasmodium is transmitted by female Anopheles mosquito. Female Anopheles mosquito transmitting the causative agent of malaria, Plasmodium, from infected person to the healthy person. Now, one curiosity in me, please help me. Why only female Anopheles mosquitoes are transmitting the Plasmodium from infected to healthy? Why not male Anopheles? What the male Anopheles are doing? Anyone will give the answer of this question? Why only female Anopheles? Yes, fastest finger first, please reply. Why only male? Why only females are transmitting the disease? Why only females Anopheles are transmitting the disease? Yes, cheerful astronaut, it is for reproduction because they need blood. Why not male? Because males are not sucking the blood. Female Anopheles mosquito, it needs the human blood for its reproductive purposes. That is why female Anopheles mosquito is sanguivorous, blood sucking. It is blood sucking. So this is the one, Anopheles. Anopheles, it is the vector, a vector of malaria. Culex, another mosquito which is transmitting the disease, that is known as the Culex. Another one that is known as the Aedes, Aedes aegypti. It is known as the tiger mosquito. Which disease pathogen is transmitted by Aedes and which disease pathogen is transmitted by Culex? So I think you know one disease, that is known as the filariasis. Filariasis. Filariasis disease is also known as the elephantiasis. Elephantiasis, and it is caused by one nematoda, that is the Buceraria. Buceraria, that is also known as the filarial worm. Filarial worm. Why filariasis is known as the elephantiasis? Because the leg of a person is become like the leg of the elephant. So this is the one. This is the one. You have to remember Culex. When I am saying about the Aedes, so I think you have listened the name of one disease, dengue. Dengue disease, which is very common. Dengue, in which the platelet count decreases. And when the platelet count decreases, the person is in threat, because platelets are related with the clotting of blood. So you have to remember that three, they are very important. Mosquitoes are useful also. Apis producing honeybee, okay, bombyx producing silk moth, then Lacciferlecca producing lac insect, but Anopheles transmitting plasmodium, causative agent of malaria. Then I said Culex transmitting filariasis, then Aedes, dengue virus, it is one that you have to remember. So there are varieties of mosquitoes that you have to remember. Have you listened? One day the crop farmer, after farming, went to the home, and next day when he came to his farm, there is no crop. Suddenly all the crop is vanished, demolished. Where the crop is growing, that crop is eaten by a group of insects. They are known as the locusta. It is the gregarious. Gregarious means they are living in a group. Gregarious means living in a group. They are coming in the group and they are eating coming in a group. Okay, gregarious means, what is the meaning of gregarious? They are living in a group. They are living in a group. They are living in a group. They are coming in a group in thousands, and they are eating entire crop. That is why it is known as the gregarious pest. It is very dangerous. Locusta. It is very dangerous. It is huge group. Yes, huge group is there. And this is very dangerous. Okay, that is one point you have to remember. Another example of that arthropoda you have to remember, this is one locusta. Another example, living fossil. Living fossil. So, question for tomorrow. I will start from here tomorrow. Say me first, what is the meaning of living fossil? What is the meaning of living fossil? Okay, so next class I will start with this point, meaning of living fossil, and in the next class I will say about the next one, that is mollusca. Then I will say about the echinodermata and all. Okay, so all the best. We will meet again in the next class, but please revise up to this arthropoda. Please revise up to this arthropoda, because it's animal kingdom, so I am going slowly because there are very interesting that we have to discuss. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.